So the PBA made a couple changes to the rulebook. The most talked about have been the banning of wrist supports from 2023. But another rule that hasn't really been mentioned is that from next year, plucked balls are not allowed in any PBA competition. So if you've got a ball that's plucked, like filled up balance hole, or you've changed your span on it and plucked and re-drilled it, it's not going to be legal from January of next year. And this is like, there's both good and bad sides to this. Like, obviously what they're trying to avoid is that you plug a ball and use the ability to plug a ball to make it react in a different way that normally you wouldn't be able to, or in theory someone could drill a hole in the ball, fill it with metal or like something really light, plug the top of it, and all of a sudden you completely change the composition of the core basically, and the asymmetry, giving you probably a completely different ball reaction. So obviously that's what they're trying to avoid, that you can manipulate the balls like that. But I also think they're trying to get rid of the old balls, because when they removed the balance holes, there was a bunch of old balls that got plugged, so you could still use them just without the balance hole. And I think they're trying to get rid of some of those balls, because a lot of those balls are also some of the older urethane balls, which you won't be able to use because they had a balance hole. You plug the balance hole, and people are still having a lot of success with those balls. But from next year you're not allowed to use them, so you would have to drill new urethane balls. And I think that's probably also part of it, getting rid of the older urethane balls, which is kind of coinciding with them starting to do hardness tests, because I think the balls that are in question with the hardness test is the older urethanes, like not the 1980s, 1990s urethanes, but the ones that people have been using for 3, 5, 7 years, whatever. And I think those are the ones that they feel like might be too soft, and therefore they want to try to take them out of play, either with the hardness test, get them out of play that way, or by not making them legal anymore, because a lot of those balls had balance holes and got plugged, so from next year you can't use them, and it's an easy way of removing them from the playing field. Obviously it sucks if you like change your span, you have a ball you really like, you want to plug it and then use it, then you can't do that anymore. But it is what it is. Again, you just have to go with it. Most of the time at the top level we're not using balls for that long, so even if you have a ball that you plug in the beginning of the year here, it might not even be in your bag by the beginning of 2023. So I think it's more a matter of making sure that nobody manipulates the ball in a way they don't want to, and getting rid of some of the older balls, as older urethane balls, getting them out of play. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with it, but it makes sense in a lot of ways. It also sucks in a couple of ways, but it is what it is. I certainly think the PBA is again trying to be a little proactive and make sure that they limit the ways people can manipulate their bowling balls and their ball motion to create advantages. I really want to hear what you guys think about this. Do you think it's a good thing, a bad thing, that the PBA is banning plucked balls from next year? So while you're here, please give it a subscribe and then throw a comment in with your thoughts on this, and I'll make sure to read them all and answer any if there's any questions or anything. So yeah, please let us know what you think.